to the Christian YouTuber. I am Matthew Corey, the Christian YouTuber. Also ex-Satanist, former Irish mobster, saved by grace. And now I'm a Christian author and evangelist, and you can find all my books on Amazon.com. Just type in Matthew Corey on Amazon.com and they'll come up. So, anyways, what I wanted to talk about today is why Christians, as Christians, we should not watch The Chosen. And there's some pretty clear things in here. I'm going to show you some video of Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen, saying things that are just like, what in the world? This is not scriptural at all. Like, there's no way I can watch this show. So anyways, I'm going to show you the first clip here, and let's watch that, and then I'll go over it as soon as we're finished.
That if I go down, I'm going down swinging, protecting my friends and my brothers and sisters. And so I don't deny we have a lot of theological differences, but we love the same Jesus. And what's funny about the LDS folks is you guys seem to be, even though you're the most controversial, you seem to be the least confrontational. It's just like, hey, we all love Jesus. Let's just, I just want to let you know we love the show. And when people start going, hey, you're a Mormon, you're going to hell, you just like, hey, whatever. It's like it kind of seems to roll off your back. Maybe it's because you're used to being on the outside sometimes. But it's been so fascinating because even my family members, when we first started this relationship with VidAngel, part of it was, well, be careful because of the common misconceptions about our different belief systems, but also just protecting the show. Like, will the audience be bothered by the fact that there are LDS people involved? Personally, I didn't really care because I've worked with people of all different traditions, I've worked with atheists. I've partnered with people who've distributed my movies who had zero desire to, or connection to Christ and couldn't have cared less about it. So even if I had significant disagreements with the LDS community, which I've learned I have fewer than I thought I did, but even with that, I was okay. I was comfortable with that because as long as they're treating the show properly, that's all that matters. So it's been, I can honestly say it's been one of the top 3 most fascinating and beautiful things about this project has been my growing brother and sisterhood with people of the LDS community that I never would have known otherwise, and learning so much about your faith tradition, and realizing, gosh, for all the stuff that maybe we don't see eye to eye on, that all happened. That's all based on stuff that happened after Jesus was here. The stories of Jesus we do agree on, and we love the same Jesus. That's not something that you often hear. Sometimes it's like, oh, they believe in a different Jesus than we do.
Statement.
Yeah. No, it's...
Wow. So did you see in that clip what happened? I mean, about 3 different things happened. Dallas Jenkins said that Mormons were his brothers and sisters. He said that we serve the same Jesus. And he said that Mormons were involved in the production of The Chosen. So, oh my gosh. So let's look at this first verse I have about this and see what it says. Psalms 1:1, New King James Version says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful." And this is Psalms 1 verse 2. "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night." So we should not walk in the counsel of the ungodly. So Dallas Jenkins, by allowing Mormons to be a part of this production of The Chosen, he actually was allowing ungodly counsel to come in. And like this verse says, we're not supposed to walk in the counsel of the ungodly, and nor sit in the way of sinners. And that's what Dallas Jenkins was doing by allowing Mormons to be a part of this production. And let's look at the next verse and see what it has to say, and then we'll talk about that. Ephesians 5:11 says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. That's King James Version. So, Dallas Jenkins, I mean, he sat there and he had fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, like this verse says not to do. It says rather expose them, like I'm doing right now on this video. And, it just saddens me so much that, something like The Chosen could be such a great thing for the work of Christ and for bringing people to Christ. And, I feel like it's tainted by this, what Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen, has allowed to happen here by saying that, like we serve the same Jesus. Mormons and us say serve the same Jesus. Or love the same Jesus. That's what he said. Sorry, he said love the same Jesus. But by saying that we love the same Jesus, we absolutely do not. The Mormons, they worship a completely different Jesus than us, not the Jesus of the Bible. And most of us who are Christians know that, and we already realize that we do not love the same Jesus as Mormons do, but Dallas Jenkins said that we do, And another thing that we need to look at is, Dallas Jenkins also, just the fact that he's allowing Mormons to be a part of this production, completely taints it and takes it away from what could have been. We're not supposed to sit there and watch something like that where Latter-day Saints or Mormons have had an influence on the production, because that's like participating in the unfruitful works of darkness right there. So, we have to watch out for that as well. Well, let's watch this last clip and see what Dallas Jenkins has to say as he's trying to defend himself.
Is that a phrase? I've had multiple friends, multiple viewers of the show reach out and say, "Is this true? And are you aware that this is out there? And did you say this?" And because of the fact that almost 100% of the people who have commented about this have actually misquoted me, or at the very least gotten it wrong in terms of what I meant and what all the clarity that I've given, I feel like I probably should give you a little bit of clarity, because I do think words matter, and I do think topics like this are important. So let's just start with the central question. Is it true that I said, which is what you've seen in some headlines or seen in some titles of videos, Dallas Jenkins says, quote, and then it'll say Mormons or LDS, whatever term that they want to use, Mormons and evangelicals love the same Jesus, or LDS are Christians. Is it true that I said that? And the answer is no, I did not. Now, did it appear like I said that? Could it be easily interpreted as me saying that? I think that's true. And I think we can agree that...
Okay, so you just saw right there that Dallas Jenkins totally denies the fact that he said that we and Mormons love the same Jesus. He denied it right there in that clip. And so he lied. He lied on top of telling us something that was already awful about The Chosen. So, we just have to look at all this and say, man, you have to, between you and God, you have to say, do I believe this is something that I should spend my time watching and being a part of, or should I just not be a part of this at all and just realize that Mormons were involved in the creating of The Chosen or the production of it, and just completely stay away? And I would say I would stay away. That's what I've done. Is I used to have the Chosen app on my phone, and I deleted the Chosen app as soon as I found out about Mormons being involved in The Chosen. So I hope that was interesting and insightful to you. And be sure to subscribe if you could. That would be great help for the channel. And put a like in there too if you could. And I will see you next time with more interesting news from the Christian world on the Christian YouTuber.